Out. And would you please give a very warm welcome to Minister Brendan Griffin.
Thank you, Niall. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here this evening. MPs, peers, TDs, senators, Mr. and Madam Ambassador, friends, a card galéir tá an as orm a bheith an a card an speisialta seo, san áit an starúil agus speisialta seo freisin. I'm delighted to be here at this very special occasion, but also in this very historical place as well. And it is wonderful to see this gathering of friends, because for too long we didn't have enough gatherings of friends on these islands. And as someone who was born in the 80s, it really is heartening and it really is so encouraging to see how far we've come, just how far we've come in a relatively very short period of time in our collective histories. And Niall quite rightly referred to the fact that we are just now on the brink of 20 years since the Good Friday Agreement, and we indeed have come a very, very long way in that time. But I think also it's crucial as well that we mark that occasion very especially to ensure that that peace is not taken for granted either, and to ensure that those who are maybe younger than me, those who were born in the 90s and thereafter, don't forget or don't get a false sense of what has happened in the past as well, so that we can all move forward together in a very positive way. And I think that will be very important next spring when we are marking the 20th anniversary. I think that would be hugely important and significant. I suppose, want to echo Niall's words. I was so proud, absolutely so proud today to be at the World Travel Market and to see the 70 exhibitors from the Irish tourism industry working so hard and so professionally and selling the island of Ireland so well. I travelled around and met everybody today and listened to what they had to say and saw what they're offering. But I remember the rugby legend Moss Keane once saying that in the dressing room there are no borders. And today, watching the event unfold at the World Travel Market, where there were 50,000 people, by the way, there were no borders, but everybody was working together for the betterment of everybody. And it was so encouraging to see. And I've always planned to travel the world at some stage. But today, seeing how much was on offer all over the world is one thing. I don't even know where to start now at this stage. But looking at what's all on offer on the island of Ireland, you'd want a few lifetimes to fully appreciate everything that is on offer. And so as the tourism minister, I must say I just came away from today so encouraged. And I wish that everybody who was here today at today's very special event could have actually seen what we witnessed. And I'd love to have been here today to see what you were experiencing. But what I saw certainly today was really so encouraging and gave me great hope for the future. So I just want to mention that and thank all of the tourism participants, the tourism industry frontliners, as I would call them, for everything they've done. And we hear figures, close on 300,000 people working in tourism on the island of Ireland. And sometimes it's easy to forget, when you hear statistics like that actually behind those statistics are real lives, are individual people, households, families, people with real hopes, aspirations, dreams for the future, that tourism allows those people to have those dreams and to build on those dreams. And I know it well. I come from a family where, for example, my father was a hotel porter, later a concierge in a hotel in Killarney for almost 40 years. Killarney, as we would call it, as Lord Killarney, as Senator Coughlin would agree with me, the capital of tourism, not only in Ireland, but in Britain and Ireland. But for 40 years he worked in that industry, and it allowed me and my 3 older brothers to go to college, along with my mother's income as well, who was a nurse. It contributed to giving us an opportunity to get started in life. And as I said, there are almost 300,000 families with similar stories on the island of Ireland. And everybody in this room is contributing to that success. And hopefully we can grow that into the future to make it 400,000 and 500,000. And there's no reason we can't do that. There's no reason we can't make it a great sustainable industry into the future that our children and our grandchildren can benefit from. And one thing I've seen is that tourism brings people together. It breaks down the old boundaries and the old prejudices and all the stuff that we want to leave in the past. and it is really a brilliant way of uniting people, and that's surely what we're all interested in doing. And between these islands we've had too much disharmony, and I think tourism is a fantastic way of getting to know each other better and learning more about each other. I was delighted about 3 years ago to get up to Yorkshire on a holiday. I brought my father back to York. He had worked there this summer. He went over winter of 1964 when he was 17 years old. He wasn't supposed to be working there until he was 18. He was registering at the factory in Old Burbridge Road in York, the British Sugar Corporation, and he was asked for his date of birth, and he honestly said, of course, a young fellow from County Kerry, we're all very honest, and he was asked his date of birth, and he said it was the 29th of the 11th, 1946, and the Englishman taking his date of birth, he said, 45, son, is it? And he said, no, 46. Are you sure it's not 45? No, it was 1946, definitely. We'll put down 45 anyway, off you go. So he worked there the winter of 64, 65 and 66. At the time you'd earn about 10 times in a week in York what you'd make at home. My father was working in a farm at home, and he hadn't been back there in 48 years, so I surprised him and brought him back to Yorkshire, and brought him back to York in winter of 2014. And I must say, just the place is beautiful. I mean, it's a fabulous place, and any of you have been there, it's an outstanding place, and Yorkshire and the rural areas are outstanding. But what left me with the lasting impression was the people, and the warm welcome, the friendliness, and just the great embrace that's there. And no matter what anybody says, the people of these islands have more in common with each other than any other place in the world. And we need to build on that into the future, and we need to ensure that will always be the way. So I just want to thank Champ for what you're doing. What I saw today, I suppose, really embodies what Champ has been doing for a long time, and that's that collaboration, that cooperation, working together. And I think that's what we need to see continuing into the future, and long may that spirit continue. I want to thank Tourism Ireland for all the work you're doing. Niall and your crew, you're doing wonderful work here. It's really, as I said, it's making a massive difference for so many people. And hopefully, the challenges that are there, the Brexit challenges that are there, they are challenges, but always challenges are insurmountable. I'm wearing my 2023 badge here, Ireland 2023. Of course, the English Rugby Union has 3 votes, by the way, as well. So does Wales, so does Scotland. And with 3 ourselves, that'll be 12. That's not a bad day's work. That'll be a good start. But you have challenges, and we were dealt a challenge last week, and we were told that we were the least preferred option. But that was just a recommendation, and. We have a lot of politicians in this room. We've all had bad opinion polls. We've had good opinion polls. I'd always be more afraid of the good opinion poll. I think the bad opinion poll can be the rallying cry. So hopefully, like the challenge of hosting the Rugby World Cup in 2023, we will also rise to the challenge of Brexit, and we will all come out the other side of it in a better way. But that will happen through hard work, through dedication, and through working together. Thank you all very much. It's absolutely a privilege to be here, and it's great to see the spirit in this room, and long may it continue.